right, so it all comes down to this. Everyone says that March is what matters the most. And well, we're in March, guys. It is here. Those 3 important days are coming up, and I can't wait to watch it. This is where legends are made, history's created, dreams are realized and accomplished, and also shattered. And it's going to be awesome. I'm going to tell you my picks, my predictions for the 10 individual national championships. Let's break it down. So, of course, we're going to start at 125 pounds, and you have to start with Spencer Lee. He's already won 3 national titles and is in pursuit for his 4th. If he wins his 4th national title, he'll be only the 5th wrestler in history to win 4 Division I national championships. But it's not going to be an easy road. He's going to have to get through Pat Glory, who sucked down to 125 pounds after 2 times earlier in this year thinking he was going to go up to 133 pounds, only to change his mind and go back down to 125 pounds. So on Saturday night, if Pat Glory makes the finals, he might weigh 145 pounds. But even if he does, I'm going to have to go with Spencer Lee. He's been so dominant this year. He's pinning the top guys in the country. So I think he beats Patrick Glory to become the 5th wrestler in history ever to win his 4th national title. And he will become the greatest Iowa Hawkeye wrestler ever. All right, so moving on to 133 pounds. So everyone here expects the Dayton Fix versus Roman Bravo Young trilogy. But I think Vito Arujau could have something to say about that. He did beat Dayton Fix in freestyle at the Olympic trials. Dayton Fix has taken silver on the world stage at the World Championships. So he's beaten some of the best wrestlers on this planet. But he hasn't been able to get over the RBY hump. Roman Bravo Young has consistently gotten better each and every year. He started his true freshman year and placed 8th. In his sophomore year of 2020, when the tournament was canceled, he was projected to finish 3rd or 4th behind Sebastian Rivera and Seth Gross. And I'm predicting that trend to continue, that RBY has continued to get better. I think he wins his 3rd national championship over Dayton Fix and is solidified as one of Penn State's greatest wrestlers of all time. All right, so that takes us right into 141 pounds. And this weight class goes 6 wrestlers deep with Real Woods, Brock Hardy, Cole Matthews, Andrew Alirez, Bo Bartlett, and Ryan Jack. Real Woods transferred to Iowa from Stanford. He has been super good on top and really stingy in every position. Andrew Alirez was a superstar talent coming out of high school with lots of potential, and that talent and potential is starting to show through this year, and his offensive output has been really high. And Brock Hardy has continued to get better with each and every match as the years gone on. I like Brock Hardy to avenge his 2 losses to Real Woods, to get over the hump and beat Real Woods in the semifinals to make the finals. On the bottom side, I like Andrew Alirez and his offense ability to make the finals. And then due to the offensive output of Andrew Alirez, I'm going to pick him to beat Brock Hardy to win a national championship for Northern Colorado. All right, moving into 149 pounds. This is where you have Yanni Diakomahalis. He's the other wrestler who's trying to win his 4th national title. But it's not a foregone conclusion. He has lost this year to Austin Gomez, who's in the field. He's going to have to beat either Sammy Sasso or Austin Gomez. Austin Gomez is the X factor here. He's only one of 2 wrestlers who has ever beaten Yanni Diakomahalis. He's going to wrestle Sammy Sasso in the 2nd round, and I'm picking the winner of that match to make the finals. But in the finals, I got to go with Yanni, the 3-time defending national champ, to get his 4th title and become the 6th wrestler in history to get 4 Division I national championships. At 157 pounds, you have Austin O'Connor, who's the 1 seed, who was the national champion at 149 pounds in 2021. And he placed 8th last year on a torn ACL. And at the 2 seed, you have Levi Haynes. He's a true freshman who in every single match has consistently improved and gotten better, up into the point of winning the Big Ten tournament and beating Peyton Robb, the #1 ranked wrestler in the country. So Peyton Robb falls in at the 3 seed, but again, he was the #1 ranked wrestler all year, and that was his only loss on the year. And the weight class doesn't end there. You have Josh Humphreys, who's undefeated. Then you have Bryce Andonian, who's a high flyer and can throw anyone to their back. And then you have Ed Scott, who has a high pace and just doesn't stop wrestling. I like Peyton Robb to avenge his loss to Levi Haynes in the semifinals and then beat Austin O'Connor in the finals to win a national championship for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. All right, moving into 165 pounds. So this is a 2-man race. It has been all year. You got David Carr versus Keegan O'Toole. And for David Carr being the 1 seed, he really got no favors because in the quarterfinals, he could match up with Shane Griffith, who is a national champion himself. And if he gets past Shane Griffith, he'll be rewarded by wrestling another national finalist in Quincy Monday. And if he gets by him, he'll have to beat Keegan O'Toole, the defending national champ at 165 pounds. He'll have to beat him for the 3rd time. And then on the bottom side, you have Keegan O'Toole, which I expect him to come through the bottom side to get the 3rd match of David Carr versus Keegan O'Toole. So the question is, has David Carr figured Keegan O'Toole out? He's beaten him twice. Is it a foregone conclusion that he'll beat him again? Or is it's very difficult to beat a high-level wrestler 3 times in a row. And now it's Keegan O'Toole's turn to get the win. I'm going to go with the latter. I'm picking Keegan O'Toole here to turn the tide, to get the win over David Carr and win his 2nd national title. At 174 pounds, you have Carter Starace, Mikey Labriola, Makai Lewis, and Chris Foca. I'm going to keep a close eye on Chris Foca versus Carter Starace in the semifinals. A couple years ago they wrestled and it was really close, razor thin. In fact, Chris Foca got the only takedown in the match. So that's one to keep an eye on, although I do like Carter Starace to make the finals. The bottom side, Mikey Labriola versus Makai Lewis. Mikey Labriola is one of the best scramblers in college wrestling and has ability to make exchanges last for a long time. Makai Lewis is nearly impossible to take down. I like Mikey Labriola to win this match, to create scrambles, and ultimately get the win here over Makai Lewis. But in the finals, I'm going to pick Carter Starace of Penn State to win his 3rd national title. At 184 pounds, I think Parker Keckeisen on the top side coasts to the finals. I don't think anyone is a real threat to him here on the top side. On the bottom side, you have Trent Hidley as the 2 seed who will have to beat Hunter Bolin, the 7 seed in the quarterfinals, which is certainly not a certainty. And if he does that, he'll wrestle Aaron Brooks in the semifinals. I was tempted here to pick Trent Hidley. When these two wrestle, it's always super close, within 1 or 2 points, goes to overtime. It always comes down to a late takedown or someone preventing a late takedown. But I'm going to go ahead and go with Aaron Brooks here to make it to the finals and beat Parker Keckeisen in the finals to win his 3rd national title. So rolling right into 197 pounds. Who the heck knows what's going to happen at this weight? I mean, you have the returning national champ of Max Dean at the 9 seed. You have Jacob Warner, a returning national finalist at the 14 seed. And you have Younger Bastida of Iowa State at the 13 seed. This is a super deep weight, and anybody could win this. If Silas Allred beats Max Dean again in the round of 16, I like Nino to make the finals. If Max Dean beats Silas Allred, again, I have no idea who's going to make the finals here. Could be Michael Beard, could be Max Dean, could be Nino Bonacorsi. Any of those 3 guys, take your pick. And on the bottom side of the bracket, you have a potential matchup between Isaac Trumbull and Rocky Elam in the quarterfinals. A match that Trumbull won the last time they wrestled. But I've been really impressed with Rocky Elam this season, so I'm going to pick Rocky Elam to come out of the bottom side of the bracket and win a national championship for the Missouri Tigers. All right, going into the big boys, 285 pounds. I think Greg Kurtvliet cruises to the semifinals. That Wyatt Hendrickson match is going to be very, very interesting. I do think Greg gets past him, but that's one I'll be watching. On the top side, you have Colton Schultz. He's the X factor for me at the 5 seed. He was the #1 ranked wrestler at the beginning of the year. Obviously, he had a couple of losses. He is the 5 seed. I think he beats Tony Cassiope to make it to the semifinals versus Mason Paris. But I think Mason Paris is too strong and too athletic and will get by Colton Schultz to make the finals, setting up the finals of a rematch of Mason Paris versus Greg Kurtvliet. And I went back and forth on this one between Mason Paris or Greg Kurtvliet, and ultimately I decided, based off the earlier 2 matches this year, I got to go with Mason Paris to win it here and get a national title for the Michigan Wolverines. So those are my picks for the national championships this year. There's going to be upsets. There's going to be things we didn't expect. I can't wait to watch it all. I'm going to be there in Tulsa to see it live and enjoy all the wrestling. That's what I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.